All right, here we go. Little plank complex coming at you. Before we get started, let's just take a sec to check in with our body. Sync the breath, sync the mind with effort here. Think about transitions. Okay, one movement at a time. Assume plank position. Toes are tight, toes are gripping, fingers are gripping, especially the thumbs. Check your position, shoulders over wrists. Keeping the legs relatively straight. We'll get set here. A little upward facing to downward facing dog. Some pumps, keeping the legs straight. Now at this pace, nice and smooth, I want you to focus on your chest and shoulders and press through those shoulders when you come up. Upper body, core, chest, shoulders. You're going to get a little bit of stretching in the legs, but again, as you can see, this is a forward movement. What I mean by that is a work in the core, chest, and shoulders. Not so much stretching the legs. Transition down to your knees. Breathe it out. Let's go back into a child's pose. Take a few seconds here. You can drop your head to the mat, extend the hands away, but then relax that upper body. Breathe. It's important to focus on the inhale when you can. Nice and deep, pretty aggressive, and just let it all out. As you transition, we're going to go from the forearms. Feet will be set tight, nice and wide base with the legs. We're going to do some up downs, very controlled here. Let's rock them up. Here we're going to go 10 reps total, 5 each side. And I want you to keep that nice slow pace. Feel the movement. I'm thinking about where my hands go, where my elbow was. So a lot of tension in the legs. My eyes are following the movement in my hands, okay? So the eyes look at where the hands are going to go, and we rock up. Very controlled. Again, it's a lot of time spent here in the plank. So the abs are firing, maybe the shoulders a little bit. But remember, you got a lot of muscles, a lot of body tension. Toes, ankles, knees, hips, core, chest, shoulders, elbows, wrists, and all the supporting muscles. Rock through it. There's not a lot of deep breathing here because there is so much core tension. But if you need to take a second, I recommend taking it at the bottom and work your way up. If you fatigue, drop to your knees. Finish this movement from your knees, okay? There's no shame in that. Again, I want perfect form. Knees are fine. As we get close to where we need to be, we'll come back to that relaxed position, check in with the body a little bit. We'll transition positions here in just a second. We're going to do some cat-cow. So the cat is back up. Cow is where we drop into it. Really good stretch for all those muscles in your rib cage, your core. You can feel your lower back. I never know if my position's right here, so it's interesting to watch myself. But I'm pressing pressing them back up and then dropping forward. Again, you're relaxing here, so you want to breathe. Transition to a side plank. We're going to do some hip lifts. I love this exercise, okay? Now watch, I'm pointing at my foot. Then I'm going to point at where my eyes are looking at. My eyes are looking at that hand, okay? Because I want my shoulder, which would be my left shoulder, to round forward a little bit as I flex here. So I'm not perfectly in a side plank. I'm leaning over that forearm like it's a kickstand. This side will give you a better view. You can see how, again, I'm looking at the hand. You can see how my right shoulder is rotated over. It's a lot of core flex, good oblique work. Again, every rep is a flex, very solid. As you come out of that position, we're going to go to your back. No matter what we do here, after those side planks, it's going to be hard. So just take one movement at a time. We're going to do some slow sit-ups, okay? Call these no momentum sit-ups. Just going to start with the chin, and then I'm going to follow those hands up nice and far, and then back down easy. Let's do 5 reps here. Usually it begins with an exhale. As we roll on up. I don't focus a ton on the inhale, it just happens as I come down. Remember that core tension is increased with a hard exhale. That navel kind of draws into the spine. There's a good contraction in there, the core. Smooth and steady. The beauty of these circuits is we're doing things in combination. So we're always going to change positions, never going to take anything so deep where we can't move or need to take a lot of rest. But the body's going to be in continuous mode of work. Let's pop into some leg raises and just see how we feel here. Hands under hips. I'm going to pop and reach, maybe do a little pike at the top. Yeah, a little press and pike. A little extra bonus flex probably makes the movement twice as hard if you do that. Very active hands here. I think I'm feeling it, so I think this one's going to be about 5. Yep, it was. And we'll put the hands up, we'll transition. Let's do some flutter kicks. We'll just kind of combine and add to the stress here on the core. Legs are super straight and just flutter them. Scissors, flutter, whatever. 9, 10, something like that. Kick them out each leg. Super straight. Chill out, draw the knees to your chest, okay? And just kind of rock a little bit side to side. Active rest, active transition. We'll contemplate what's going to come next. As you roll back over, just move the body, shimmy around. Again, I'm assessing fatigue, assessing flex. We'll reset here. Let's do some active pumps maybe. Let's see what comes. Yep, those knees are really bent when you go back, and then we're going to shoot them forward. Solid. Love this movement. Quads, pull your butt up in the air, and boom, shoot forward. So work hard here. Make sure you breathe. Solidly press into the heels, the shoulders, and then come forward. Think about those arms. You've been on your core a lot. Let's really work those arms. Bend the knees. Go deep. A little discomfort. That's where our money's made. So let's get in that position and let's stay in it. All right, we'll transition to a plank here. Roughly 20, 25, 30 seconds. So bear with me. If you got to go down to your knees, that's okay. If you want to do forearm plank, again, that's okay as well. Key here is I'm trying to keep my hips up. Trying to keep that back up. I don't want to drop into my shoulder blades. So I'm pressing, actively pressing. Really solid position here. Tension through the ankles, knees, hips. And relax. Child's pose action. Those knees are going to come out a little bit, creating space as you reach away. Forehead comes to the ground. Let's transition one more time. Let's double up on those side planks. Money, money. Here we go. Again, look at that hand. Press and flex. My left hand is grabbing my core. I want to feel those muscles flex. I want to feel them work. Connect with my body. Good. Relate to your physicality, okay? Control your self-image. Control your physicality. Control the flex. You're telling your body how you want it to grow and transition. So the mind-muscle connection is key. Solid. Super, super. Take a second, reflect on what you've done. Keep coming back to that circuit. It's a super efficient circuit. One time through should be enough, but you know your limit. Find your edge.